Jill Duggar shares dad Jim Bob's response to her fears about not being able to procreate. When Jill Duggar voiced worries about the number of children she might be able to have, she disclosed how her estranged father, Jim Bob Duggar, responded. Jill, 32, discussed her infertility concerns during an appearance on a November episode of the podcast Ask Dr. Julie Hanks. She had previously covered the subject in her memoir, Counting the Cost, which was published in September. I discuss in the book the transition from that belief system that I grew up in, feeling that pressure and being okay with having a lot of kids, the Counting on alum stated. And then having the realization, do I really believe in God with the number of children I should have, which might also entail putting our trust in Him in the event that He doesn't provide us 20 children. Jill went on, am I being punished for not wanting to have 20 children? All those mental exercises you engage in. Rick Dillard, Jill's spouse, continued by saying that one of the many toxic elements of the society she grew up in was her worries about starting a family. According to Derrick, 34, there's also a sense of hierarchy that you're less than if you have less kids. The lawyer went on to say that Jill had previously been told, whoever has the most kids gets the house, by her parents, Jim Bob, 58, and Michelle Duggar. Jill clarified, though, that her parents' remarks were just half joking. Jill went on to clarify that after her second son, Samuel, experienced a number of health issues after his birth in 2015, she began to worry about her capacity to bear further children. Jill claimed that she sought the advice of a reproductive doctor due to her challenging birth experience and his health issues. She reflected, I don't think I'll be able to have any more kids. We don't really know, do we? My father interjects. He's making an effort to exert control. Jim Bob's response, according to Derrick, was frustrating, and he said, this idea that he was a gatekeeper for our information. That is not yet known to us. Let us use caution in our speech. While Derrick maintained that only he and Jill had any say over how many children that they have, think there was this boundary line that we didn't have in place, the mother of three continued. After being married in 2014, Jill and Derrick became parents in 2015 when they welcomed their son Israel. In 2022, following the birth of Samuel, the couple had their third child, a son named Freddie. In her memoir, the former cast member of 19 Kids and Counting described Samuel's delivery experience. Samuel spent 9 days in the NICU after physicians found evidence of brain hemorrhage shortly after he was born. Despite Jill's admission that she thought Samuel would pass away, he recovered completely and was allowed to return home with his parents. Jill talked about why she decided to start using birth control as well. Following her welcome, doctors advised Samuel that she begin using birth control after undergoing a C-section because it should take at least 18 months for women to become pregnant following surgery. The former reality star claimed that even though she and Derrick thought it was the right choice, they first kept it a secret from nearly everyone. I felt like my fertility had been stolen from me, and I was devastated at the thought of not being able to have more kids, the woman wrote. Dare I say it, but I was also a little relieved. Although the destruction was far greater than the relief, a tiny part of me felt relieved that I wouldn't have to endure an endless number of pregnancies and deliveries.